If you were thinking about moving to North Carolina and you have been interested in the Wake Forest area near Raleigh, this video is for you. We're going to be talking about some of our favorite neighborhoods in the area and the amenities that they have and what the price points look like, so stick around.
Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to the channel, or welcome back. I'm Zach. This is my beautiful wife, Cindy. If you have not subscribed, make sure to hit that subscribe button in the corner. You can also hit the bell to be notified of every time we release a new video. That number on the screen, we put it there. Sorry, my voice is, it is so bad. I have a cold. I think it's a cold. It could be pollen because there's an enormous amount of pollen in the air, so just bear with my voice today. Cindy's going to be doing 95% of the talking after this point. But anyway, that number on the screen, we are licensed real estate brokers in the area. So if you have any questions about the area, any questions about real estate, feel free to reach out. We would love to chat with you. Like Cindy said, today's video is on our top neighborhoods in Wake Forest. Wake Forest is a really neat town. It's like a self-sufficient town. It has everything you need right there at it. So it's a really cool spot. So we're going to talk about the top 5 neighborhoods, and let's get at it. Before we dive into the neighborhoods, I will say, if you're looking at a map, just to kind of go over the location of Wake Forest. Wake Forest is located on the northeast side of the triangle. So it's north of Raleigh and it's east of Durham. And it is kind of in an isolated spot, I think, just with the way the road systems are. There's not a lot of ways to get to Raleigh other than Highway 1, or as it's called, Capitol Boulevard. And there's not many ways to get to Durham outside of Highway 98. And so it is kind of isolated in that sense, but like I said, it's a self-sufficient town. And if you don't need to go to those two cities for work, you can get everything you need in Wake Forest.
Yeah, so. And it's not a far shot from North Raleigh either. Like if you are
true.
On US 1, it's not,
very true.
It's not far from Raleigh. It's just, it's not like a highway, like an interstate. It's a highway with stoplights, so it can be a little congested.
Yeah. Rush hour is terrible, I think, my opinion. So.
Right, so the first neighborhood we're going to talk about today, one of our favorites in Wake Forest, is called Heritage. Heritage has been around for a while, so it has just a unique charm about it, I think. A lot of trees lining the street. It's not like clear cut and just like a bunch of cookie cutter houses, so I really like that about it. It's very built up in that area, so Heritage itself, the neighborhood's pretty big. Just a lot of different ranges of like house sizes and things like that. The average in the neighborhood in the last 6 months or so has been about in the $500,000 range. But right there within Heritage, you know, they've got their own pool and all that kind of fun stuff. But then you also, the town kind of built around it seems like. So you have a Publix right there, a Chick-fil-A, there's like Heritage Middle and High School right there. It feels like everything you need is within like 5 minutes of Heritage, and it just seems like
super convenient.
Yeah, you could walk honestly if you wanted to. So a lot of stuff just right there, which I think makes it really nice. Yeah,
it's a great neighborhood. I would say more, but I can't talk, so I feel like I'm screaming. So
but I think my favorite thing about it is all the trees that line the streets, and it just feels just very charming. It just feels like a really good family-oriented place to be, and convenient to all of your amenities right there. Like I said, the schools are right there, the grocery store, a Chick-fil-A, which is always very important to me to be sure that we are near a Chick-fil-A. So you've got it all just right there, and a lot of other new neighborhoods are kind of being built around Heritage. So just a lot going on right near Heritage. So definitely one to drive through and check out if you're coming to visit the area.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the next neighborhood we're going to talk about is called Traditions. Traditions, I mean, I don't know for sure. I didn't count the amount of houses in each of these neighborhoods, but I think it might be the largest
It's huge.
that we're talking about
It
today.
feels huge.
Yeah, it feels really big. But the neighborhood itself, it has a lot of like subsections within it and a ton of community amenities. So if having events in the neighborhood is intriguing to you, you're going to love Traditions. It has greenway trail access. It's got a pool and playground area.
And it's right by the Wake Forest Reservoir, so you can put like a kayak in there. There's a trail that goes around and go fishing in it. It's a neat spot.
Yeah, it's definitely in a good location for sure. But yeah, I mean, it's a big neighborhood. So you have, the average in the last 6 months has been upper 300s, but just to put that into perspective, because it's so big, there's also a big assortment of like types of housing in the neighborhood.
A
So,
lot of townhomes.
So there's a lot of townhomes in there, so those are less expensive, so it kind of does bring the price down. So if you're looking exclusively at single family, you can assume it's going to be higher than that. But they have kind of smaller starter homes to estate houses that are huge, and then they also have a 55 and up community within Traditions itself. So that's and those are in the mid fives. So just a lot there. So if you are into getting to know your neighbors and having a lot of events in the neighborhood, this is gonna be a perfect spot for you and your family. I think it's a beautiful neighborhood. It was well done, and you have just different sections. So I think there's something for everybody in Traditions.
Yeah, absolutely.
So our next neighborhood is called Hasentree. So Hasentree is going to be off of Highway 98, that connecting road that we said connects Wake Forest and Durham. And when you're out there, you drive in, you drive past, you're not really sure what to expect. It has this grand, beautiful entrance.
It really does.
It is a gorgeous neighborhood.
It is.
Just entertaining to drive through, honestly, because the homes are so pretty. But it's more of a custom home community. I would say a luxury home community. Similar to Traditions in that there's a lot of amenities in the neighborhood, as far as it's got a country club with golf course, and it has a separate clubhouse just for families. With like this
the
awesome
clubhouse
play structure.
for the golf course is pretty stunning.
Yeah,
honestly.
It really is. It looks like it should be
amazing.
a wedding venue or something.
Yeah, which I'm sure it is, but it's it was beautiful.
Yeah, like a really nice pool and playground areas and things like that. Just all around an amazing neighborhood with amazing home styles and designs. Just unique. A lot of custom homes in there. With that being said, with them being those custom homes, large homes for the most part, your average in there is going to be in the 900s and above. So there are some smaller homes. It seems like there are some like smaller ranch homes, maybe like 55 and up, that are smaller. So some of those might be in the 5s and 6s, but for the majority of the neighborhood, you're looking in the $1 million range in Hasentree. But it looks like $1 million range neighborhood.
It does.
So there are a lot of opportunities there. There is still some building going on in that neighborhood. Most of it feels like complete and established, but they are still expanding it. So if building like a custom home or having a home in a community like that is appealing to you, it might definitely be something to check out. But we love driving through there.
It's beautiful.
It's really very pretty. So if you just enjoy seeing unique homes, could be something fun to drive through when you're in town.
Absolutely.
All right, so our next neighborhood we're going to talk about is called Austin Creek. Austin Creek is newer than most of these others. A lot of these are new feeling, but Austin Creek does have a little bit more of like a cookie cutter feel to it. It's not in a bad way. It looks really nice and well done. There are some differences, when you first drive in, there are some carriage style homes where the garage is on the back side, and then they have trees lining the street, which looks really nice. And then you have more just your traditional style homes. But this neighborhood does have a pool and some amenities in it, but it also, I think, is one of our more affordable neighborhoods for our video today, with home prices in there starting in the low 4s. So could be a good option if you want to be a little more budget friendly, but still get a newer, nice home for your money. I think it's a great option to check out Austin Creek.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and they do have a pool and some other amenities within the neighborhood, which is nice. It still has a family-oriented feel, but maybe not as crazy of amenities as some of the other neighborhoods we've talked about. It's not quite as close to your shopping and stuff like that as some of the others, but it's not far away by any means either. All right, so the last neighborhood we are going to talk about in today's video is called Holding Village.
Yep.
Holding Village is a newer development in the Wake Forest area. They've been building it up for like the last 4 years or so.
Yeah.
But it has a unique feel to it. The reason I say that is because when you drive in, it's kind of got, sort of like I mentioned with the Austin Creek neighborhood, those like rear facing garages and stuff like that. So it has like this Charleston style to it. Homes are a little closer together that are like that and smaller, but I think it feels really quaint and cute when you're driving in. Not every home is like that. They do have some like kind of typical, front facing garage homes that are a little larger. They're continuing to build in that neighborhood too, which is good. So the average in there for the single family is going to be in the fives and up. They do have some townhome and smaller home options that you could get like in the 3s and 4s. So it's pretty diverse with that. I think they have a lot of good amenities. There's a lake there. There is a club, a little tiny clubhouse and pool area. So I think it's nice. It seems like a place where there's just maybe the HOA or just neighbors get together a lot. It seems like on their website there's a lot of little events and stuff. So it is a really cute neighborhood. I like driving through it because the homes are kind of more vibrant colors and things like that. So it's definitely a cute one. It's not too far from that Heritage neighborhood we were mentioning earlier. So you're really close to a lot of things. You could honestly walk. There's a cute ice cream shop in Wake Forest called Dairy Depot. Depending on where you live in Holding Village, you could walk to Dairy Depot, which is kind of cool. Some other restaurants that are right there would be very convenient. So definitely a convenient spot to live, family-oriented spot, newer home. So if being in a newer home is important to you, Holding Village could be a good option for one of their resales because it's only going to be a few years old, or even continuing onto their newer section. I think they divide the neighborhood between the lake, so there's like south of the lake is pretty much done, and then now they're kind of adding to the north of the lake section. So some other home styles are going to be heading into there. So a lot of those haven't been released yet, so we don't really know what the pricing is going to look like, but could still continue to be affordable. Might be a little more expensive than the south side of the lake, not sure, but definitely a cute neighborhood and worth highlighting in today's video.
Yeah, absolutely. And just some closing thoughts on Wake Forest. So we did a whole separate video just on Wake Forest, on like the pros and the cons. But Wake Forest, great parks. Joyner Park is one of those. It's where we actually filmed our last Wake Forest video. It's one of my favorite parks in all the Triangle. It's a really, really, really neat spot. Wake Forest has all the amenities you can imagine. So it's going to have your Target, it's going to have your Walmart, it's going to have your main grocery stores. It's going to have a Wegmans, and I never knew what a Wegmans was until one came in Chapel Hill, and it's an experience. I mean, it is a massive grocery store that has like restaurants built into it. It's kind of hard to describe. It's like it's an experience. Like
it's dangerous.
It really is.
Bakery area.
It's amazing. Yeah,
we get in trouble walking through there.
Yeah, seriously. Like it's really neat. But anyway, there's a Wegmans in Wake Forest. Just kind of highlight, like it is a loaded area, and so you get all that you need there in the town with great parks, and it's a great spot. So, but feel free, check out that video, the one that we did on the actual town of Wake Forest. It kind of goes over a lot of that in a little more detail. But with that being said, thanks so much for tuning in to today's video. If you have not subscribed, make sure to hit that subscribe button in the corner. You can also hit the bell to be notified of every time we release a new video. That number on the screen, like I said earlier, we put it there because we're licensed real estate brokers in the area, which means as much as we love to do these videos for you, we like to help you with your real estate needs even more. So feel free to text, call, whatever's most convenient for you. If you got any questions about the area, any questions about real estate in the area, we'd love to connect with you. My email is also below, so you can reach out to us via email if that is more convenient for you. And then we also have social media.
Yeah, you can follow us on Instagram at The Honeycut Realtors.
Yep.
We'd love to have you follow along with us there. Post lots of fun stuff around the town, around the Triangle. I guess more than one town. And then occasional cute toddler pictures. I think it's a fun page to follow, but I'm a little biased. And then you can also go to our website, and that is www.honeycut as Zach likes to make fun of me for saying.
No one
does
does
really
that.
need W's anymore. It's not.
No one does that.
But it's honeycutrealtors.com. So we would love to connect with you in whatever way is convenient for you.
Yeah. But thanks again for tuning in, and we will see y'all next time.